Hey guys, it's Autumn here, and welcome back to another one of these D&D story times. Today we are focusing again on Alexandra. Given that it's been a while since I've done one, I figured we'd go back to basics, and I think there's a story or two that I haven't actually told, and from at least the campaign that she's actually from, and then there's one that I do want to tell because I think it is an interesting way to incorporate a character that isn't playable in their normal campaign for a while. So, first story. This is the campaign involving Faraday that I'll be talking about. And we were on a quest to find Dalkin, as many of you know. And we're called back to our main city, our main place in like the middle of a desert mountain thing, I don't know. Where we were called back for a mission to go down into the mines where we originally located Dalkin in his weird tomb thing of doom and destruction because Dalkin. And we were asked to go in and clear out another area of hook horrors. And in doing this, we did, of course, clear out the hook horrors. Most of us just easily doing so because hook horrors, I believe one of them got punted off of a cliff, but I don't remember. So there was that. And across from this cliff, which wasn't a cliff, it was more like a ravine with another portion on the other side, was a large black obsidian tower that our group had decided was a good idea to investigate. I myself being one of the ones, due to my curious nature as Alexandra, wanted to know what it was for, and why it was on the other side of this ravine and with no rope bridge attached to it. So Faraday, being an Asmar, used her wings to fly across the ravine and secure rope for us to crawl or tightrope across. We all made it very, very carefully over this rope, some of us hanging onto the bottom and going across that way, some of us actually tightrope walking across, and somehow we all made it. And going to investigate this ruin, this tower, we didn't know what it was. So we went and we investigated, and we found a small crack in the stone. And in our curiosity, decided to see if we could enter this stone obelisk thing. So we found a way, and we broke open a portion due to the strength of one of the individuals on our team. I don't remember at this point who it was. It could have been Uthgar Fohammer, who is an orc or a half-orc, I don't remember, who with his brute strength just opened basically the rock. And Alexandra decided to climb through first, given that it was her idea. So I climbed through the hole, I had Alexandra climb through and enter the room. And it was kind of an old study, kind of torn apart. There was no books. There was really nothing except for a tile puzzle on the floor. And being who I am and enjoying puzzles, Alexandra included in this, we decided to attempt to solve the puzzle. Because of the manner of the puzzle, it seemed to be made for her. As part of the puzzle was finding the constellations that matched specific gods, something that she excels in, with her background in astronomy, and stars and that sort of thing. And I proceeded to solve 3/4 of the puzzle, finding the gods that matched the symbols, placing them in little spots in the floor, and then taking the last one, which had no significance to any of us, and rotating it until it fit into the pattern on the floor. This is where I made a very, very bad mistake, and I should never have trusted our DM to let me solve the puzzle and not get basically destroyed for doing so. So I solved the puzzle. I was the only one standing on it because there was this weird constellation sky thing above me because I was standing in the middle of the puzzle, and I was stunned as a god began to speak to me and tell me to go to the broken horn. I actually just grabbed a notebook so I could get these facts correct, and talk to me about the Onyx Dragoon, and continues to laugh at me, and I let's just say I continue to talk to this god after this entire encounter happened, but basically the whole part is, I know who you are, I know what you are, me being a drow, and if you say yes to me or bend to my will, I will grant you, what's the word? I will grant you immortality, which is totally not something that Alexandra is interested in, but was offered to her. So that happened. Me being extra like I am, especially Alexandra not being able to handle stress very well, given her upbringing, she collapses to her knees and continues to sit in the middle of this puzzle as people try to talk to her, and she does not answer. This ends up being quite a task for my friends to get me out of there, as Faraday can only use her wings once a day, and we are extremely lucky that her god is super kind and was like, oh yeah, go ahead, your friend, she's in a state, go ahead, you can take her back across, you can use your wings again. And basically she flew me across the ravine again and laid me on the ground in hopes that I would get up, and it didn't, and it was fine. It's great. I really love it when an insanity god talks in my head. I did eventually find out the name of this insanity god. His name is Zotha. I don't know if he's an actual god or if it's something my DM came up with, which is highly likely. But he's evil. It's real fun. I ended up trying to talk to him, and he asks for me to give up my soul in exchange for immortality and knowledge. Alexandra, of course, said no, being intelligent, not wanting to give up her soul, and he laughed at me and said, enjoy your free will. Although I feel like that was my DM laughing at me for saying no. She then attempted to, over the course of like about a week, pray to Helm, who is Faraday's god, who gave some mild assistance. Pray to Astilabor, who is a sun god, right? Sun god? Oh, excuse me, my voice. The sun god, and or like a light god, who told me to continue to seek the light in order to smoke out Zotha and keep him away. So that's the path that I'm taking right now. The other thing that I'm doing with Alexandra right now, before we move into describing the way that I did this illustration, is I am DMing a campaign at a summer camp that I work at. So what I'm doing is I basically had a group of cultists summon her, given her connection to Zotha, basically immediately out of the situation that she was in, and to basically lead the group of individuals that I am playing with through their mission as sort of a guiding light and an adult figure. Because I leveled up Alexandra to about level 16 as a ranger warlock, because that's what I wanted to do with her anyways, to give her more power and to make her more of an intriguing character to them and more fun for me to play as a level 16 ranger warlock. So her god for her warlock abilities I kind of decided on as Astilabor, because I wanted to test that out as opposed to the cleric route, although cleric route might be actually the way I go with it in the other campaign. So there's that. She hasn't done much yet. She's just kind of used epic warlock powers to destroy a cultist, and that was sort of it. So now onto this illustration. So her outfit is very different from the last time I did this. The last time I drew Alexandra, she had a more green and gold getup, which suits her color, her skin tone color very well, but not her personality or combat in general. So I ended up going in and taking a couple of days a few weeks ago and redesigning the way that she looks, at least clothes-wise. Her facial structure is mildly different. Her hair is the same, her eyes are the same ears, that sort of thing. And her body structure is about the same, maybe drawn differently given the way that I drew her initially, but same Alexandra all in all. So I redesigned her outfit to have a light cream colored top because I think Faraday has one, or at least that's the way Kelsey draws her. She has a cream colored top. And I went in with purple ribbon on the cuffs and matching purple sun piece on the chest plate for Amber Sun, and a purple draped fabric over top of her skirt, as well as a studded leather chest piece, which is the actual armor that she wears, and a quiver strapped to her shoulder. In her hand is her bow, her long bow that she uses, and she's wearing a split piece skirt that's kind of like a light tawny brown sort of color. I have the colors and everything for the Copic markers if anybody's interested, for what colors I used for her. And on that purple fabric that covers her split dress, underneath which is the studded leather armor pants, just because for appearance sakes as a drow, she appears more formal for wearing a skirt, but in combat, pants are a necessity. So there's that. And I haven't gotten to this part yet. This is probably one of the last touches that I do. On her banding down at the front of her skirt, where that purple fabric is, in Elvish is written Myas. Myas is one of the only undercommon words I could find that was actually a word and wasn't just like a command. Myas meaning sage or scholar in undercommon. And I wrote this in Elvish to sort of demonstrate that, yes, she's a drow. Yes, she speaks undercommon, not that she really knows she can, thinking that it's just a normal Elvish word. And has that on her skirt to kind of show that, yes, I am a drow. Yes, normally we are evil, but I am intelligent and I am an individual that is of knowledge and not necessarily dumb. So I kind of enjoyed that little minor detail when I went into her design process. And I feel like it definitely adds that I know I'm not necessarily welcome, but I want to be aspect to her character, because she's never really been welcome places, so I did that. So I'm going in with the gel pen for the studded bits on her armor, and I use this to highlight her hair as she has silver hair, and to write Myas down her skirt in Elvish. Elvish is not easy to write in, by the way. I took so much time learning how to do the script properly for this, and it still doesn't look as well as I want it to. So I think I'm going to end it here. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Bye, everyone!
Hey guys, if you like this video, be sure to check out another one over there, and if you want to see the full playlist for this series, check out over here. Thank you for watching, and subscribe if you like, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye everyone!